Hey y'all, welcome to Austin Underground. I'm Emerson.
And I'm Sophia. On today's episode, we will see what super specific playlists we have, be treated to not one but two cozy corners, rank some World Cup songs, and take sides on famous music rivalries. Before we get started, roll the intro.
The Weeknd, might remove his 2012 release trilogy from streaming platforms. The release contains songs from his mixtapes House of Balloons, Thursday, and Echoes of Silence. In a tweet, he states that if people want to hear how the trilogy is supposed to sound, then listen to each of the three mixtapes individually. He wants to get rid of the compilation just so there's no more confusion.
Country music icon and philanthropist Dolly Parton had been given $100 million of Jeff Bezos' money to put toward charitable causes. This announcement comes after Bezos said planned to give away most of his $214 billion net worth. Parton said, "I'll do my best to do good things with this money. Thank you, Jeff."
The drummer of The Neighborhood, Brandon Fried, has been released from the band after the singer of the Marias, Maria Zardoya, posted that Fried had assaulted her. The band responded saying that they were thankful to Maria for coming forward and that they do not tolerate inappropriate behavior toward women.
So now let's go over to Jacob, Adam, and Harper, who will talk to us about their super specific playlists.
Hey, Austin Underground. Today, the three of us are going to talk about our super specific playlists. We're talking playlists for only situations that happen maybe once in a lifetime. But we got them.
Nice. Do you want to start?
I will start. Well, first I have this playlist called Buffet, meant for like food, eating, buffet.
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime eating.
You know, I gotta stay away from the buffets, you know? So, the first song that I have in there is Jumpin' the Line by Harry Belafonte. Then I have Panini, Lil Nas X, Broccoli by Lil Yachty and Dram. Then Tamale by Tyler the Creator. Stir Fry, okay, I think you know what's coming next. Cake by the Ocean. And finally, and the best part, Let's Eat by Macklemore. Whenever I listen to this playlist, I get a little hungry, I'm not gonna lie. What do you got?
So I'm kind of I love Christmas. I have like 5 separate Christmas playlists. I have like the basic like Spotify ones, but then I have like Christmas but sad, and it's all of the Phoebe Bridgers Christmas songs that she released. And then I have non-Christmas songs with Christmas vibes. Love that one. That's for when I'm yearning for Christmas during July, but it feels wrong to listen to Christmas music, so I have to listen to this one.
What's on that one?
Oh, on that one, I've got, if you listen to Leve, she has kind of like an old jazzy voice. She's Icelandic. I've got like the movies, Best Friends, I Wish You Love. I've got some Willie Nelson, September Song. I got Pancakes for Dinner, Lizzie McAlpine. I love that song.
Ooh, I should put that one on my playlist.
Yeah, Pancakes for Dinner. I also have a very specific playlist called Bus Ride Back from the Cameron Park Zoo. A little context, I used to be a camp counselor, and we'd go to the Cameron Park Zoo, so I made this playlist for, like, I don't know, the vibes are, like, all over the place, but it's generally, like, kind of like the feeling you have when you're a little kid and you're like out on a field trip and then you're like sleeping and it's dark outside but on the bus ride back.
Yep.
Yeah. What about you?
All right, so this playlist is called For When You're in Detention, and you're kind of just sitting there, and then someone keeps hitting a desk with a pen, and you notice someone else is making like another type of noise, and someone else makes another one, and then you realize, oh my gosh, we've got a beat going. So then you guys make your way over to some instruments that are conveniently in the back of the classroom, and you start playing a song, and it just comes together really great. After that happens, one of you decides to sign the group up for a Battle of the Bands competition, and you do pretty good. Fast forward, you're playing Madison Square Garden, top of the world.
Wow.
Everything's going great. You play Good Morning America after that. No one, people talk about where you guys are going to go after that. What's going to happen next? Unfortunately, none of it happened. Today, none of it exists. One day you're on top of the world, now you're nothing. One of you went to jail for armed robbery, and all that exists are the faded memories of your youth. And it's just a Lemonade Mouth soundtrack.
Yeah, I was like, this is the
Yeah, I
plot
was
of
gonna say,
Lemonade
is that
Mouth,
Lemonade?
and then Adam Hicks went to jail for like armed robbery
Yes,
or
the
whatever.
band can't get back together. But
this is
when
Wait,
you
did
guys
that
are-
happen in the movie or in real life?
No, that happened in real life.
But yeah, so the playlist is for if that ever happens to you, because you know someone else. It's happened to someone else before.
Wait, so what song is it?
It's the whole soundtrack to Lemonade Mouth. Yeah.
What a great movie.
That's a very specific once in a lifetime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Specific
in case that
playlist.
happens to someone, I just want them to know they're not alone. It happened to someone before.
Well, you're pretty smart for being prepared for that.
being
Yeah,
prepared.
yeah,
I used to
yeah.
sit in the back of the classroom and like
I just wanted someone
try to see if someone would like join in.
No one ever did. Yeah.
Could you send that to me?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I actually have another playlist too.
Okay.
Maybe not as specific as that, but it's songs called songs with the word magic in it, because there's actually a lot of those songs. We have 24K Magic, Bruno Mars. Do You Believe in Magic by The Lovin' Spoonful. Magic in the Hamptons by Social House. Magic by Pilot or by Selena Gomez. Magic by Bob featuring Rivers Cuomo. New Magic Wand by Tyler the Creator, and Summertime Magic by Childish Gambino. That's when I'm feeling a little magical, feeling
The wizardry.
wizardry, feeling like I want to, cast a spell,
Practice
Harry
some
Potter
wizardry.
style,
Nice. I've got one called Silly Goofy Afternoon. It's just one song. It is Crab Walk by Party in the Hills. I heard it once on my, like, what's it called? The, like, Spotify weekly thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I heard it one time and I was like, that deserves a playlist. And I never added anything else because nothing ever lived up to the Silly Goofy Afternoon vibe that I wanted from Crab Walk.
Oh, cool.
It's about a crab.
So that's the playlist?
It's one. It's 2 minutes.
I have another playlist.
Go for it.
Mom and Dad Are Getting Divorced.
Oh.
It's just As It Was by Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Because when my parents got divorced, that song wasn't out, so I kind of wish it was. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think that's all the time we have. So let's go back to the hosts.
Those sound like great playlists. After these commercials, we'll go to our first cozy corner of the evening, so stay tuned.
Earlier this year, artist Ethel Cain put out the album Preacher's Daughter. Let's go over to Caitlin, who will share her thoughts on the album.
Hey guys, have you ever heard an album and it's like every single song you're like, this is the magnum opus of this album. This is the creme de la creme. Well, every single song can't be that song on an album, right? But Ethel Cain challenges that with Preacher's Daughter because every single song on this album is better than the last one, and every time you hear it, you're like, this is the best song on the album. Nothing can top this. It might have come out in May 2022, so you're thinking, Caitlin, it is November, why are you talking about it now? It received a lot of praise in the indie music scene when it first came out, and as Ethel's third album, you know, she has some music under her belt, but this is just, you know, exponentially different. It's a continuation of what she has been doing with her work. Like all of her other stuff, it's a story, a cohesive story from beginning to end, and this one is about a girl who gets murdered. Very light, very, very friendly topic. But the album overall, she has somehow managed to capture the sounds of sweeping winds across the plains, grand and mysterious, and it makes you feel like you're listening to something bigger than yourself. My favorite song on the album is House in Nebraska. It clocks in at almost 8 minutes, so you might be thinking, sounds a little bit like a snooze fest. What could you go on for about 8 minutes? But about 6-ish minutes into the song, the sound does like a complete 180. She somehow manages to incorporate the more acoustic, you know, melodic sounds of the first 6 minutes, but she adds these guitars and these drums, and it really just ramps it up to the next level and drives home the emotion, which truly just, you know, astral projects. Like, that's what you feel when you're listening to this song. Her lyricism throughout the album is incredible. There is all of this religious imagery throughout, which really adds to the storyline, especially, you know, in the last song, when you're listening to it and you're like, what's going on? And then you realize that she is being killed by somebody that she thought, you know, she could trust, somebody she loved. Presumably it is somebody older than her. And so I think that adds an extra element in addition to this very you know, mysterious sound that her album has. And I think she might be giving the sad girls a run for her money. Phoebe Bridgers, Lucy Dacus, they have multiple albums under their belt, as you are probably well aware. But I think Ethel Cain, even though she does have music that has been out, I think this album really solidifies her in the sad girl indie music sphere, because I think it is her storytelling, and I think that it is going to be the overall sonic sounds that her music makes that will really set her apart in the future. And hopefully her future projects continue this storyline that she is building throughout, because it does seem like she is kind of doing a world building thing. But yeah, I can't wait to see what she has next. I know it's going to be great. I know it's definitely gonna put me in my feels for the fall season. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Go check out Preacher's Daughter on all streaming platforms. And yeah, back to the hosts.
Sounds like a very cool album. I'll have to check it out. Now Kate, Sebastian, and Adam are going to talk about famous music rivalries and pick sides. Let's tune in.
Hey, so we're gonna debate music rivalries, and
yeah, I guess so.
I guess one. I guess one we could start off with is
Taylor Swift and Kanye West.
You gotta side with Taylor.
yeah,
you gotta side with
have
Taylor.
to
You
side
can't
with Taylor
side with Kanye
because,
at all.
I mean, kind of objectively, Kanye is like the worst person. But I mean, you know, like you could make an argument about their music. You know, I think they both probably have equally as good music. But I'll go Taylor, honestly.
You gotta go. We watched the Taylor Kanye incident in an ethics course
Oh,
in college, so
Yeah.
it's being studied about how bad it was. You gotta go with Taylor.
Yeah, I think you would have to go with Taylor Swift.
Okay, next. Taylor versus Katy Perry.
I'm going with Taylor Swift.
I'm
Yeah.
sticking with Taylor. I'm not as informed about this rivalry. I will say.
know they have beef, but like
Mhm.
I have no idea what they're arguing about. So, I once had an argument with somebody until like 5 in the morning about like who was better, Katy Perry or Taylor Swift, and I was on the side of Taylor Swift.
What'd you guys decide on?
We didn't decide on anything.
Oh, wow.
So like
That's-
it was just a waste of time.
Metaphor
So,
for the country.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B.
I gotta go Nicki Minaj here.
Always gotta go.
Yeah,
Nicki,
I think she's like a hip hop legend. Well, they both are at this point, but Nicki Minaj is like, she's Nicki Minaj. Like,
It's Nicki Minaj.
yeah, I'll always go with Nicki Minaj. Not to say Cardi B is bad, but I just enjoy Nicki Minaj more. Like, they're both alright, but they're both alright. Nicki Minaj is really cool. I like Cardi B too, but I'm gonna go with Nicki Minaj here.
Same.
What do you think about that?
I'm going same.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj versus Miley Cyrus.
What do you think about this one?
Ooh, I only recently became aware of this rivalry.
Me too. Well,
I think, I don't know.
like
Nicki's the
musically-
queen.
Yeah.
You can't go against the queen.
Musically, yeah, yeah. I'll go. I only got recently reminded about this rivalry because I remember when it happened, like in 2016. But then, like I saw like a video of it again, and I was like, "That's right." Like, I'll probably go again Nicki Minaj over Hannah Montana because I just enjoy Nicki Minaj more. You know, Miley Cyrus had some hits. You know,
The Heart of Glass cover, that's pretty good.
I'll have to. Yeah, you know
But
what?
I gotta go Nicki.
Yeah, I also have to go Nicki Minaj here.
Solange Knowles versus Jay-Z.
You know what? Oh my God, I don't know, cause
I'm not as informed on the situation at all.
Solange is Beyonce's sister.
I know Solange is.
Yeah, like, isn't it Solange like beat up Jay-Z or slapped him around because he was cheating on Beyonce. So
I'm
you
going
know,
Solange then.
if you're going off of personal qualms, Solange wins every time.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy Jay-Z's music more than Solange. But I'm going with Solange here on a personal note.
I'm going Solange.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney versus John Lennon.
All right, Paul McCartney.
This is crazy. I've had so many discussions about this. I used to be, when I was a young child, I used to say John Lennon. But now I have to go Paul McCartney because I think John Lennon is like, okay, if you're talking about like them as people, John Lennon's like a horrible person.
Yeah. he
So
was.
like, but if you're talking about like musically, like it's not even close. Paul McCartney and John Lennon, like Paul McCartney beats that on a personal note. But like musically, they're pretty close. But I still go Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney, he made some of the first indie pop music. You know.
That is true.
Did you know they made diss tracks against each other?
Yes, they did.
They did make
Yeah.
diss tracks against each other.
So-
Some very early diss tracks. 1971, they both
Yes.
released a diss track.
Yeah, they did. I like the John Lennon diss track a little more.
I like the Paul McCartney one a little
You do,
more.
yeah. I mean, they're both. You could go either way on this one. John Lennon's a terrible person. I think John Lennon was maybe more of like the artist, and Paul
No,
was
Paul
like.
McCartney is the best.
But Paul is like the better musician.
But no, Paul's
that doesn't
Paul's
sound
the
too
best at
insufferable.
everything. Paul's the best
Yeah, I'll go Paul.
at everything.
Yeah, I mean, he was behind like Sgt. Pepper's. That was all
He's
him.
everything.
So I'll go Paul here.
Prince versus Michael Jackson.
I knew this one was gonna come up. I don't know. I'll go Michael Jackson. And what do you think?
I don't want to support Michael Jackson, so I'm gonna say Prince.
You know what? I'll say Prince too because he's 5'2", and
Have you heard that basketball story about?
No.
Oh, it's
what
great.
is it?
You should look it up. That apparently once Prince beat Charlie Murphy at basketball while wearing heels.
I believe it. No, you know what? Prince was a very good guitar player. I'll probably go. Okay, again we go back. who's the better person, it's Prince. But they're both freaks, to be honest. They were both like a little like messed up in the head. But
It's unfortunate that so many of the musicians talked about here
are like just bad people.
are really bad people.
Yeah. At the end of the day, though, I'll probably go Mike. But you go either way.
Well, I'm gonna go Prince.
Okay, last one. Tupac versus Notorious B.I.G.
I gotta go Biggie.
I can't comment. You know.
You can't comment. I've listened to both their stuff a lot, and I usually enjoy Notorious B.I.G. a little more. But they're both really cool. But if I had to pick one, I'm going Biggie. If you had to pick one, even though who has a cooler name, you know.
You know, I don't know all the context of the East versus West Coast rivalry. I know it was very heated, so I don't want to stoke the flames of things I don't know and can't comment about.
I'll go Biggie on this one.
But yeah, we gotta hook it back to the hosts here.
Thank you guys very much.
Definitely some hot takes, guys. But we have to go to commercials, but make sure you catch the end of the episode.
In a crazy twist of events, Servando somehow was able to get executive producer Daniel on the show through ranking World Cup songs. They'll be joined by Courtney to see which song is superior ahead of the upcoming World Cup.
The World Cup is in 5 days, and I couldn't be more excited. And today we have 8 of the most popular World Cup songs. My name is Daniel. I'm here with
Servando
and
Courtney.
And let's begin. So, I think, where should we start?
Let's start with colors.
I think that should be the bottom of the list. I think we should get that out the way.
I agree. The 2018 World Cup songs, in my opinion, were kind of weak.
Mm-hmm. Very mellow, not that hype that you're trying to look for in the World Cup.
It doesn't unite you for the greatest sporting event. You know?
Yeah, I agree. Bottom tier. We can get this out of the way.
Jason Derulo. All right, let's do another year. Let's go with 2000. No, we gotta wait. You gotta wait. Let's do We Are One, Pitbull, 2014.
Now, I love Pitbull. I don't know how he is as an artist, but he does know how to make bangers and anthems, and I think he did that with this 2014 We Are One. So I would put that definitely at second tier.
I agree.
I agree. No, I think Pitbull and like Jennifer Lopez is also in this one. They both know how to like make the people move. You know?
Oh yeah, I love Say What You Want About Pitbull. This is a great song. He He did the World Cup justice.
Definitely.
All right, let's talk about Speed's recent song, World Cup.
Well, I thought it was pretty funny. Like, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's the pronunciations are kind of
It's his thing, though. It's his thing.
Croatia.
I mean, considering he's not like a full-on artist, like I thought that was pretty.
Yeah, it's like his second ever song. He's a 2K streamer turned, for some reason, soccer fanatic.
World Cup actually replied to him on Twitter saying they wanted to put his song up.
Yeah, they want to like actually implement it.
Oh wow.
Though he just kind of got canceled a little bit, so maybe I think
Should we put it like in between 2 and 3? Is that possible?
Yeah.
we can do that.
I think it's very catchy. It's
Yeah.
very catchy.
It is very catchy. I've been playing it all day.
And like, congrats to dude. You know?
Yeah. It's good. All right, let's take it back to 2010. To South Africa.
South Africa.
Let's go ahead and we'll just do Waka Waka.
Waka Waka.
It's a classic.
classic.
It's
Probably the most popular
Yeah.
World Cup song.
It is. I think it really even broke the barrier of World Cup
Oh, wow,
songs, and
yeah.
so many people, even if you're barely aware of soccer culture,
Yeah.
you know Waka Waka.
Yeah. And by itself, it's even like a great song. And
Yeah.
considering it was in South Africa, she like made the song amazing.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Distinct memories of this World Cup 2010, my first World Cup, so those songs definitely hold a place into my heart, and so it's definitely, if it's not one, it's definitely number 2.
Yeah.
I agree. Let's put it. I'm gonna put it at 1 for now.
Yeah.
I think there's another one I have my eye on that
no,
I
yeah.
think might
We all
overtake it,
know,
but we'll
we
figure
all
that out in a second. Let's go ahead and do Lil Baby's new song.
The new
I really want to know your thoughts because I know you like Lil Baby.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So he samples "Everyone Wants a World" by Tears for Fears, which I think was a good implementation. But it was kind of just a monotone song, and it seemed more like a money grab, more like actual anthem, like we are talking about with like 2018 Russia and all that. So it's more bottom for me, but I can't put it under Speed though. Like
You can't put it under
I can't put it
Speed?
under Speed just because he's a good artist.
He is a good artist, but I agree with you. It felt very money driven. Like
Yeah.
I don't think Lil Baby really had any passion. I mean, I don't know too much about
He
him.
definitely got the check for the song.
I think he cashed in the check, mumbled a little bit, and then
We could put it under World Cup.
yeah.
Yeah.
You agree? Do you like it?
Third tier, yeah.
No. Yeah. Third tier. Sorry, Lil Baby.
Oh, I think it's right here.
Oh.
I think we should try La La La.
It's a good song.
It's a very good song. Shakira yet again. She strikes again.
I wish she would have done one for 2018.
At this
Yeah.
point, I feel like she should be the official
Every
World
year,
Cup like
basically.
songwriter at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but this is like amazing vibes. I thought it was pretty good following up. Obviously not as great as 2010, but I feel like this definitely deserved the second tier.
I couldn't agree more.
Definitely second tier. Not better than We Are One, but I think it's definitely
Yeah.
anthem.
You don't think it's better than We Were One?
Nah, I think Pitbull hit the park on that one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with 2018 Nicky Jam, Will Smith. What do you think? I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah,
I think it's fine.
it's fine.
Will Smith has no business rapping in 2018. So the chorus is catchy though. It's
Yeah,
catchy, but
it can be catchy. I think
Yeah.
it kind of matches 2000 the World Cup itself. I think it was a fine World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Couple good moments, but it wasn't 2014 or 2010.
Yeah, no, definitely a step down, but still like a fine
Yeah.
song.
Okay. Let's put it bottom tier. I have no tape, so
yeah.
Bottom tier.
bottom. We'll just yeah. 2010
Man.
Waving Flag. I have so many memories of playing the song. It was, I think, elementary school. They made all the kids get together and sing it for the parents. We like rehearsed. It was this big deal. The song is amazing.
Yeah. No, I think it's the embodiment of the World
Yeah.
Cup.
Yeah.
It gets you like so hyped every time I hear it, and I just go back flashbacks to 2010.
Yeah, this song could bring a tear to my eyes right now. I mean,
Mhm.
even the music video, all the kids just playing
Yeah.
around in the rain and everything, I think he just really delivered. I'm surprised it actually wasn't the official song of that 2010 World Cup. I think
Yeah.
it just blew out the water.
But do you think it's better than Waka Waka?
I do.
Yes.
I do think it's gonna walk up.
Okay, I agree. So I'm gonna go ahead and push Waka Waka to B tier.
Mm-hmm. Although it's still an A-tier song.
Yeah,
Still,
Ju-
yeah.
Just because like Waving Flag exists.
Yes.
Waka Waka makes it.
He did his thing on that one.
Yeah.
So what do we have here? So
Alright.
we have like Live It Up, C tier. Are we calling it third tier?
Yeah.
World is Yours. That's this year's World Cup song. Colors. It's a third tier. World Cup in the middle between second and third. Second tier we have Waka Waka, La La Land, La La Land, La La La. We Are the One, and obviously
Waving flag. All right. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us, and back to the hosts.
That was hard. There's definitely some amazing songs for World Cups. To wrap up the show, we have Courtney sharing his thoughts on the new Drake album, Her Loss.
God damn. Drake is back. I mean, there's no introduction to Drake. However you want to go, Champagne Poppy, Six God, Drizzy, Wheelchair Jimmy, Aubrey Graham, Mr. OVO, biggest artist in the world. I'll say it right now, better than Taylor Swift. And he's back again for another album after the curveball that he gave us in Honestly Nevermind, which I believe was an overhead album, but I can get to that later. This time he actually enlists someone else in the rap industry with 21 Savage. Usually an Atlanta artist who's known for his grimy kind of dark rap, trap artist that has kind of like more over the years turned into a rapper. And yeah, they dropped a track album, I believe about an hour long, and I think it was good. It kind of felt more like a Drake album, more than a collab album, which I believe is the main issue of the project. It seems like he just brought 21 Savage on the album just so he could call it a collab album, but Drake is on the 70% of the songs. I also think he brought 21 Savage on the album to kind of turn himself into a supervillain for some reason, because 21 Savage is more grimy and dark. He kind of used his flows and his raps to kind of just transition from a lover boy, which he's been on Honestly Nevermind, and Certified Lover Boy into more like a rap megastar supervillain. One of my biggest thoughts going into this album was, would Drake mature from his past works? And the big answer to that was no. He did not mature at all. I mean, this is probably his most immature album. He just has so many disses from Kanye West, known as Ye, Serena Williams' husband, boyfriends who buy their girlfriends' party buses and take them to hibachi, which I believe was disrespectful. He even dissed the big one, Megan Thee Stallion, and Dram, and he just dissed a whole bunch of people, which I believe was just unnecessary, because he just wants to be the supervillain now. I don't know why, but I still think the lyrical content was good. There's a lot of corny lyrics in this. One that I liked was Iran-ish, you thought I was Iranian, which I believe was just so corny, but it definitely added the fun element that was this album, and it's a fun listen. It feels more like a Drake album that we're used to compared to his stuff that is Honestly Nevermind and Certified Lover Boy. But I just don't think there's enough 21 Savage on it. There's a lot of good songs in here. The most viral one right now is Rich Flex, where Drake asked 21 Savage to do various tags for him in a certain voice that I will not repeat on air. But it's very well, it's very catchy, and it's the #2 song in the world right now, in the country. And my favorite song right now is actually probably, I can't say the song on air, but And Millions featuring Travis Scott. I think Travis Scott delivers a great verse on this record, a verse that he is definitely his style, that goes towards his style. And yeah, I think 21 Savage is a good mixture for Drake's style and what he likes to do. Drake also tries 21 Savage's sound on this, more grimy and dark, and it does work out. But 21 Savage doesn't really try Drake's style on this album. There was one song, Hours in Silence, where 21 Savage is singing, and it didn't really work well. I like the song, but when you have Drake on your song, you'd rather have him singing than 21 Savage. And I think that was just a constant theme in this album was this more Drake featuring 21, not Drake and 21, and it's definitely an experience, but I think it'll get lost into Drake discography, just because it's his second album of 2022. He's becoming more and more saturated within the market, and I think he definitely. I would have wished that he actually went more of a different route, like he did with Honestly Nevermind, because it was different. A lot of people didn't like that album, but I think it definitely added new flavor. And I think with Her Loss, it's more of a Drake that we're used to hearing, which went well. It's the #1 album in the country right now, but that's really, it didn't really add anything to his character, to his progression. The lyrical content was good. There's no really storytelling on this album. It's more of Drake telling us that we're broke in sophisticated ways, which I enjoy listening to. And 21 Savage just telling us different ways how he'll beat us up, or stuff like that. And it's a very fun listen, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I think it will be known as one of the better albums of this year, but it just won't be in the top of Drake's discography. That was my Cozy Corner. I thank you for having me. Back to the host.
Before we go, we want to recognize one of our volunteers who plays a major role here at AU. This week, our member of the week is Courtney. Thank you, Courtney, for all the things you bring to the show.
Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I wouldn't be here without my amazing people here at Austin Underground. As always, make sure to check our social medias and website for the latest content. We'll see you all soon. Thank you.